Welcome everybody back to another exciting episode of MineCraze Cosmos. On our last episode we were working on a fun project at Spawn, and I've done a lot of work off camera on that and it's pretty much finished. I'm going to show you what I've done and take you a bit of a tour over it. I've died a few more times since last time. Just a couple. Yeah, this is the first example of a different style of grave. It's a bit more fancy for an important captain of some war or other, which may be used for something in the future. I've been enchanting a lot of cool stuff. Check this out. This is Thundershot. Flame, Power 5, Infinity, Punch 2, Unbreaking 3. It is literally the best bow you can get legitimately. It's amazing. This sword is nothing too fancy, but I've got an Earth Render, Efficiency 5 Unbreaking, my Triplicator, which is my Fortune 3, made it Unbreaking and Efficiency. Same with Archie, my Silk Touch. Archie because it's sort of like you retrieve things, like an archaeologist. Just a cool nickname, I thought. And one good thing about naming your tools and stuff is that, particularly in this case where I have different types, like my Fortune and Silk Touch, I can quickly scroll and see, because they're both iron, and that way I know which one's which. And also if you're having a battle with people and you die, it's easy to find whose is whose. So, in Minecraft, ever since Beta 1.8, the Adventure Update, there's been this constant requirement for food. But previously you needed it only if you actually got hurt. Whereas now, you need it to keep yourself alive, and they've added the ability to sprint, and if you're impatient like me, you sprint everywhere, and you need a constant supply of food. There are several different types of food, and they're of varying efficiencies, but they all have their downsides. Like, melons are really good because you can produce them 100% automatically, except you have to eat a lot of them and they don't last very long. And other things like potatoes are pretty good and they're fairly new, but you still have to cook them, you have to grow them. Now with bone meal nerfs they take a lot longer to grow. Wheat, bread, similar problems. If you want to have like beef or pork, you have to get pigs and cows, you have to breed them with wheat, so you have to grow that, and other things like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the solution. KFC. We all eat chickens. Now, chickens are very nice, not quite as effective a food source as, say, beef. They don't heal quite as much, and I don't think there's much saturation, but they have one upside, and that is that thanks to features of the Redstone update, which we're currently on with the snapshots of, you can produce cooked chicken 100% fully automatically, and that's what this machine does. You come here, you say, "Yo, I'd like chickens." They give you chickens. So yeah, I've decorated this up to look a bit like a KFC building. Got Colonel Sanders over there. It looks a little bit like him if you make your eyes go all blurry and out of focus. So I did a bit of research, looked up some pictures, found out what KFC buildings generally look like, and one of the things was these tower corner things with the pointy roofs with the red and white stripes. Ideally I'd like those stripes to be the bright red like the redstone blocks, but then I couldn't have them as stairs. So let's take a bit of a tour over how this works. We have here, oh yes, some important information. If you hear what sounds like cruelty to chickens, do not be alarmed. It is not actual cruelty to chickens. Our staff are frequently forced to watch videos of cruelty to chickens in order to remind them of what not to do. The management. It's not actually true. Oh yes, there's a bathroom around here. Hoppers make the most remarkable toilets. Maybe replaces my new favourite toilet design. And you can still do things, you could probably figure out a fancy way of still making them flushable. Paper in a dispenser, not the most elegant solution, but it works. One thing I don't like about this, there's nowhere to have a sink to wash your hands without moving this wall out or something like that, but who gives. So this is the staff entry door, authorised personnel only. I'm authorised. It's a bit more of a mess back here. Here we see just behind the counter, I've got some oveny furnace things. You can actually reach all the stuff from over the counter, which is nice. Ender chest. Those are going to come in handy. Oh, I've got the dragon egg. We fought the dragon the other day. I did record it, and Chris has actually uploaded the whole footage of it, so I'll put a link to that. It's pretty awesome. I probably tag on some highlights. That was not actual cruelty to chickens. I'll probably tag on some highlights from that at the end of the video. But yeah, just random supply chests. Up the ladder. It's a bit empty at the moment. I probably want to add some things in here. More rooms and stuff. But yeah. So what I've got, this is a funky furnace machine. Just using hoppers to pretty much automatically smelt stuff. You can just load this chest up with whatever you want to cook. Load this chest up with coal and it'll automatically cook it and dump the results in here. The only downside with this is that normally when you get stuff from a furnace you get experience, whereas in this you don't because it takes it out itself. So that's a bit of a downside if you're a bit low on that XP. So let's have a look at this machine, shall we? So in the last episode we built our egg farm up in the sky. Let's just pillar up and dig through the roof so we can see what it looks like on top. So that's the egg farm. This is the roof. Eggs come falling down and land on this hopper. And they come at a fairly frequent rate. And if you want to up the rate a little bit more because you want a higher rate of chicken income, you can just put more chickens up the top there. Alright, then that hopper feeds down through this chest and this hopper. You could have it go straight into this hopper, but then I wouldn't be able to make the roof so nice. This hopper feeds into a dispenser. This dispenser is hooked up with some comparators to make it, as soon as an egg goes in there, it gets fired into this storage container unit thing. Which you can't really see because this design is not made to be look visible. But basically this just flows them into a tube, which is in here, a big tall tube of chickens. And at each stage in that tube there is a trapdoor. There are 5 trapdoors in total, and powered by a very simple clock or timer using an item despawn timer, which we'll look at in a bit. Each of those trapdoors flicks open. That allows the chickens to fall from one trapdoor down to the next level. So because it's an item despawn, that's about 5 minutes. Means every layer takes them 5 minutes. 5 trapdoors means it's about 25 minutes, which is long enough for them to grow up and mature. When they fall out the last trapdoor, they land on top of this netherrack, which is on fire, and they panic around and try and run off. And because of these trapdoors here, they see that as a viable means of escape, and they'll fall off here, fall down on fire, and die, and drop cooked chickens into this water stream. Now ideally, this block would be a bit higher up, because I had it where occasionally they would fall in here and not quite die, which was bad. So rather than just adjusting it, which would be the most effective and efficient solution, I did something a bit more fancy. I added a dispenser here, which, whilst they're falling, sucks the water up and puts it back. If I was building it again from scratch, I'd just make it that extra height, because this is a pretty bad solution. Forget if I have big lag spike or something. Alright, so once they do that, they drop 2 things: chicken, cooked chicken in fact, and feathers, which flow through an item stream back here, which goes over 2 hoppers. Let's have a look. Down here it's even more of a mess. So the item stream flows over this hopper, which is full of feathers, and another one over there which is full of cooked chicken. So the feathers go in this hopper, but the chicken can't because there's no room for chicken, so it flows to the next one and goes in here. So this is pretty much a simple item sorter. Now these hoppers are rigged up so that they get sucked from by these next hoppers once their limit exceeds that amount. which means that when you get more than that, the feathers get pulled in here and pushed into this dispenser, which is used for our item despawn timer. So it's self-refilling. You don't have to worry about it running out of items to clock. The chicken, on the other hand, goes through this chain of hoppers into the dropper, which is the one that's up there from our counter. You could have it feeding into whatever sort of system you liked. And I've got this set up so that once it gets overfilled, any surplus chickens go into this chest. It would possibly be a slightly better system to have it so it was the other way around. It went into the chest first and then it just filled up the dropper until it was full, but due to the space that I had available, this worked a little bit easier. The downside to doing it this way is it means that I can still empty the dropper and there's plenty of surplus chicken in the chest here that isn't available unless I come down and refill the system. Or I could rig up a complicated system to pump it back into there, but that's not entirely necessary. Oh yeah, I've still got a whole bunch of eggs with really nothing to do with them. Oh, these droppers are what the toilets feed into. Who flushed chicken down the toilet? Really? And yeah, so this is the extra bit of circuitry that goes to that dispenser in the water stream. Again, wouldn't be necessary if I built it a bit higher in the first place. But I did some tests in Creative and it looked like that height would work. And it did most of the time. It was a few that escaped. So that's a brief overview of what the chicken machine does. But if you'd like a bit more of an in-depth look, and you want to see me do a tutorial on teaching you how to build it for yourself, feel free to let me know and I'll probably whip one up sometime. Again, because this is built in the spawn area, so within however many chunks it is around the spawn point, this thing, as long as anybody's online, is constantly loaded. So even if I'm over in Whoop Whoop doing stuff, this thing is filling up with chickens. So all anyone has to do in there, because of this simple system, is just a wooden button. It powers the dispenser, and because there's a comparator, it just randomly spits out. Wooden buttons have a slightly longer pulse time than stone buttons. So with a stone button you get only around 4 chickens, but here you get 6 or 7 with each press. And that's enough to keep you going for a little while, or you can press it a few times. And that's KFC for you. Now, if I really wanted, I could set up a system where people actually have to pay for chickens, but I get so much that I think it's nice to have that as a free service. So anyone who wants food, there is food. So other stuff happening. Chris's giant table is gone, and it's sad. Apparently he's going to be able to rebuild it later or somewhere else or something. And now he's planning on selling enchantments and taters. Don't know why he's selling potatoes when there's free chicken across the road, but hey, that's his deal. It's still not really set up. Just one thing, I was thinking about possibly selling enchantments like with the books and stuff. I don't know if I still will and try and be competitive, or if I'll just let him do that and keep them for myself and make awesome weapons like this. So, in regards to other plans for the future of what I'm going to do, I've thought a little bit about it. For my main base type area, I've got an idea. I want to build some kind of a village type place. And I want it to be somewhere coastal. I want to have a nice beach, and preferably some cool mountains or something just inland from that. So, when I feel like doing that, and what I want to do there is something similar to what I was doing in Terra Noxa in my single player with the port, and have the lighthouse and stuff, and possibly that other big secret project, which I think I made pretty obvious what it's going to be, but to have that as a potential future project. But in addition to that, I've still got my graveyard, and I want to keep this as my sort of man cave type area, where I'm going to have a whole bunch of cool automatic farms and things to take advantage of that spawn loading area. One of the first things I'd probably want to build there is maybe a mob farm, because that way I can get gunpowder, which will help me clear out space for the rest of it. And that I want to have all underground, probably underneath some of the graves. They'll have like a secret switch you can pull, which you can go down into them, and there'll be cool secret rooms. Not in all of them, just in some of them. And possibly, like, I could do it as one main entrance to everything, but I think it's kind of cool to have each separate graves, and possibly, like, what's written on the graves, the epitaphs could be like a reference to what's there. I think it would be pretty cool. So, yeah, so that's in regards to future plans. I also have a pretty cool idea for a PvP type game to add to the games area, so I might start working on that soon. Should be a lot of fun. Somewhere over here. So we've got Chris's pig racing thing, which I don't think we've used yet, or if it's quite complete. Also built basketball, which is quite a nifty little system. I haven't played that yet, but they're doing some of that the other day apparently. So yeah, I'm just going to call that all for this episode, but as I said before, I'm going to tag some highlights from the Ender Dragon battle afterwards. I'm not going to show the whole thing, just some of the highlights that you really need to see from my perspective. So there'll be a few of those, but other than that, this has been Noxter telling you about food awesomeness. Again, if you want to see a tutorial for how to build your own machine, let me know and I'll do that. So, once again, this has been Noxter. I am being shot by a skeleton and I don't really care. Goodbye.
Oh, I see him off in the distance.
Alright.
We need to start taking out the things, trying to look at the Enderman.
Yeah, you guys should do that.
Yeah, Patrick. You here eventually.
Yeah, eventually is the keyword.
Oh,
Oh, nice shot. Egged it right in the face.
Spam it!
Don't enter the Enderman.
You see the Ender Dragon, he's coming for me.
Uh-oh.
Somebody.
Ow.
Oh.
Oh, wow, they added new noises for him. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a dragon now. I feel like I'm playing Skyrim.
Who's hitting me?
Ushroda!
God, you had to go there, didn't you?
Wow, nice. Oh,
Oh,
snowball!
hello there. It's a
Snowball.
very nice jawbone you've
Yeah, I
got.
broke it.
Are you serious, Patrick?
Yeah, I told
See
you
ya.
I died. I walked down and he
Oh,
just
hello.
fine
That's
already killed
dragon.
me.
That's not my bow. Ooh, I hit him. Hey, come here, Ender Dragon. Oh dear. This is not healthy.
Potion of strength because I have no strength.
Do I have any? Well, I guess Potion of Strength is kind of a bad idea because it only works with melee and we're using bows.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have bows. I ran out of arrows like a while ago. I used the snowballs to get him down. Oh, I have snowballs! I
Why
have
is
more
he
snowballs.
spinning? Why is he
Ow.
spinning?
Actually, the Enderman's not hurting me, so I'm happy.
Huh.
Oh, we're
Eat
doing
that.
pretty good right now.
Reptilian scum.
Quick, get a thumbnail picture!
Dragon.
Oh.
That's it.
It's,
I am officially out of arrows. Commence throwing of eggs.
I'm infinity.
Sorry,
So,
me too.
Oh gosh.
shake your fist angrily.
Throwing eggs at it.
Oh my god. Okay,
It's
so
not very
officially
effective.
Now you've
Punch it,
successfully
punch it,
populated
punch
the Ender with chickens. How does that make you feel?
Well, pretty good, because now they'll lay more eggs for us.
You can make a chicken farm in the Ender.
You're efficient. Oh, it's almost dead.
Oh, nice.
fuck,
Right? Boom! Thumbnail.
Everyone get underneath it.
Everybody stand so they can collect their XP. Oh, it's raining XP!
Okay, then the second I get there, you guys kill it and I die.
Okay,
It's perfect.
4753. Look at all this experiences. I'm gonna
My
be able
levels.
to make like
Mine.
high levels. Okay, now I just have to get up there.
Pick up, Rick.
Not you can.
I get the extra levels from on top.
Yeah, you can do that. I have to take my time to get this nether brick.
Patrick, really?
It's
Well,
called.
that was awesome.
Patrick, thank you for attending. You've pulled off the most effort in this.
I
team.
know,
Someone
right?
help me.
Such
I
a
can't
team
reach the
player.
top.
Uh-oh.
I'm useless.
Oh, someone, oh, not you. I saw you have the egg. What's up, pitiful?
It's down here.
We now have beats the Ender Dragon. Now we can build our Ender farm.
Yay.
Oh, what is
I can
that
keep
over
you
there?
In the end.
There's like something, I can see something like off in the distance. There's like a little purpley area.
Tell me where. Tell me
Ooh.
where.
So, anyone mind if I scramble this?
Oh, I want. He's gonna make a really big chicken with that.
Oh god.
I'm gonna throw my
Let's make an omelette out of it.
An Ender omelet.
That would be quite tasty.
Alright.
I need to repair this bow I got now anyway. So I'm just... Oh my gosh!
That was perfect.
Enjoy watching the credits.
Ah, escape. I'm going back.
I don't have any credits.
I know.
Oh no!
Ender portal wrestling. Last man standing wins.
Come on, Ryan, we're waiting.
Oh, it's coming. Wait,
Oh,
I don't have...
oh, dang it! A second. Oh, I'm stuck in a wall! That's a bad way to
Stuck
die.
in the lava! Chris!
Oh dear.
Where is this? I'm in a wall!
What happened? Oh god, Chris, why?
You like teleport me to some foreign land, Notch.
Teleport me, Chris!
That's
Do
the problem.
it.
I don't know where I'm at.
That's it.
This place.
Trick logic.
Does that mean
My
I win?
logic.
Yes.
Look underneath the ender portal.
Why does this
Oh,
suddenly go
hi
up?
there.
Ow!
That's a
Ow,
lot
ow.
of ender portal.
I still have 31 levels. I could probably make a new sword if that.
Hi! I got a crowd. I'm famous.
Alright,
Well, you
I need
keep
to go
them there.
and-
You do your decoy thing, and I'll kill them.
Okay.
Doing a good job as a decoy, Ryan. Keep it up. Alright, I need to get... yeah. I need to make another end chest. Okay, I wanted to go back and watch that guy to see how far down. I remember he had like an area type numbery thing.
Your head is on backwards, by the way.
It's pain. This is not the time for taking away the water, Notch. I know what
Oh,
you're
it's so tempting.
I'm just like looking at you like, don't do it, man.
Dude.
What? Um,
Ninjas.
I'm alive.
Again?
It looked to me like I'd fallen off to my doom and demise, but it was a lag thing, and then I came back and I was like, whoa.
Right, can you like leave your snow golem army for 5 minutes and come and save us, please?
I don't know where you are.
Look for the giant cobblestone line going away from the end. It's not that hard.
Wait, is it going away from the portal?
Yes.
Alright.
It should be the only cobblestone structure.
Wait.
No, you don't. Oh, you have an ender pearl, don't you?
I've had several.
I thought I just looked up and like, did you just creative mode? And I'm like, what?
I have special skills.
So it's like he has hacks.
Do I have to have my render distance on high to see it?
Ryan, you don't need anything anymore. Notch has ender pearls. We're saved. Just go back to doing whatever crazy things it was that you were doing 5 seconds ago.
Jumper!
I see your snow golems fire. Oh, what are you doing? Are you trying to sabotage me?
Wee! Woo!
Ryan, jump up! Oh, I turned on right there. That was amazing. It's like I just see Ryan, he's bouncing around and he falls. Oh, that was perfect. I gotta give you credit for that one. That was pretty funny.
Ooh.